Some people don't knock. They walk in smiling, saying all the right things, maybe even bringing a small gift. But after they leave, something's different. You can't explain it right away. But your home, the place that used to feel peaceful, now feels a little heavier. You're more tired than usual. The light doesn't hit the same corners. And the air, it's still, but not in a restful way. It's easy to overlook. You blame the weather, your schedule, maybe hormones or age. But slowly you start noticing more. Miscommunications with your spouse, odd tension in the kitchen, financial mishaps that feel unlucky. And you wonder, could a single visit shift the atmosphere of your entire home? This video isn't about paranoia, it's about awareness. Because your home, whether you live in a small apartment or a big suburban house, is more than walls and furniture. It holds your routines, your recovery, your real self. And like any living space, it reacts to presence, to intention, to energy. Some people carry calm, others, without meaning to, carry chaos. You don't need to be spiritual to recognize it. You felt it before when someone walks in and suddenly you're on edge, or when they leave and you finally take a deep breath you didn't realize you were holding. That's not magic. That's nervous system intelligence. Your body is picking up what your mind can't name. Today we're going to explore the types of people whose presence, even if well-meaning, can disrupt the flow of peace, health, and even prosperity in your home. It's not about judging others. It's about protecting the space that protects you. Because in some cases, the person didn't bring anything into your house, but they left with something you didn't notice missing until it was too late. Number 1, the conflict carrier. They don't argue, but they ignite everything. You don't always notice them right away. They might be charming, funny, the kind of person who lights up a room, but something doesn't sit quite right, not because they yell or fight. In fact, they rarely raise their voice. But after they leave, your home feels tense. Conversations feel shorter. Patience feels thinner. And small things, the kinds of things you usually brush off, suddenly feel unbearable. This is the conflict carrier, and they don't bring arguments. They bring the conditions where arguments start to grow. They come over and everything seems fine. But by dinner that night, your partner is unusually irritable. Your child is acting out. You find yourself snapping over a dropped towel or a missed call, and you don't connect it, not at first, because it seems ridiculous, even superstitious, to believe that someone else's presence could ripple through your house like that. But energy doesn't always shout. Sometimes it just nudges, gently, persistently, until things that once felt easy now feel hard. Conflict carriers are often people who live in emotional chaos. They're used to tension, to suspicion, to a kind of background static in their relationships. It's not always their fault. Sometimes it's trauma, sometimes it's habit. But when they enter your home, they bring that atmosphere with them, like a scent that clings to their coat. And without realizing it, your home, the one place that's supposed to be your emotional sanctuary, begins to mirror that frequency. You might notice more sarcasm between family members, less warmth, more second-guessing, and even though no one says it out loud, things just feel off. The air is thicker, eye contact is shorter, laughter feels forced, and over time, those subtle shifts start building something more dangerous: emotional exhaustion. Because conflict doesn't always show up as screaming. Sometimes it's 1,000 tiny irritations wearing people down from the inside. What's especially dangerous about the conflict carrier is that they are rarely obvious. You won't find drama in their wake. You won't hear gossip or see broken dishes. Instead, what they leave behind is harder to name: a slightly changed tone, a slightly colder room, a sense that something is not quite right. And unless you're attuned to your environment, you'll miss it. You'll think the stress is coming from your schedule, or hormones, or lack of sleep. But your body knows. Your body always knows. You'll notice it in the way you stop humming in the kitchen, the way you sigh more, the way your back tenses when you walk past the living room. You'll start apologizing more often or feeling like you're always on edge. And those small, repeated moments change the entire dynamic of your home, not in one explosive event, but in a gradual unraveling, like a thread being pulled from your favorite sweater, until one day you realize it doesn't feel like home anymore. And here's the thing, it's not about blame. The conflict carrier isn't necessarily malicious. They might even be someone you love. A relative, a friend, someone who means well but hasn't done the work to manage their own energy. And that's the hardest part. Because love doesn't protect you from energy misalignment. And good intentions don't cancel out the impact of bad frequency. So what do? You observe, gently, quietly, without judgment. You notice how your house feels after they visit. Do you feel uplifted or drained? Is there more laughter or more walking on eggshells? Do things fall into place or do they start falling apart? Your answers will tell you everything. If someone consistently leaves your space feeling heavier, not just once, but again and again, that's not a coincidence. That's a pattern. And patterns, especially energetic ones, are your clearest clues. You don't need to confront or accuse. You just need to decide how often you let that presence in. Because your home doesn't just reflect your energy, it remembers it. Every visitor leaves a trace. Every conversation leaves a tone, and some tones echo longer than others. Your peace is not a luxury. It's a resource. It fuels your sleep, your decisions, your relationships. It's what allows you to be patient with your kids, kind to your spouse, forgiving with yourself. And anything that erodes that peace, even quietly, is too expensive to allow unchecked. The truth is, some people don't shout or slam doors. They don't argue. They don't gossip. But they tilt the emotional balance of a room just enough to make harmony harder. And if you don't catch it early, you'll start wondering why your house feels unfamiliar, why your mornings feel rushed, why connection takes more effort than it used to. You'll think the problem is inside your family, but sometimes it started with someone who walked in, smiled politely, and left behind an invisible crack in the atmosphere. You don't need to cut them off, but you do need to protect your threshold. Because every time someone walks through your front door, they carry something with them. And if your home is your sanctuary, your reset, your healing place, then it deserves more than just open doors. It deserves awareness. Not everyone who visits brings noise. Some bring imbalance. And the longer they stay, the more your house forgets what it felt like before they came. So next time someone leaves and the room feels colder, trust that. You're not imagining it. Your home is trying to tell you something. Listen. Number 2, the overfamiliar guest. Too casual, too close, too much. They don't mean harm. They don't raise their voice. In fact, they often come with laughter, inside jokes, a casual ease that makes it feel like they've always belonged. But somewhere between their shoes by the door and their hand reaching into your fridge, something shifts. The energy of your home, once calm and structured, begins to feel blurry, not chaotic, just unsettled. Like someone rearranged the picture frames in your mind, and now you're not sure what's off, only that something is. This is the overfamiliar guest, the one who's too casual, too close, too much. They treat your home like it's theirs, not out of rudeness, but out of comfort. They'll sit wherever, touch whatever, and talk however. They'll leave the cabinet doors open, move your things around without asking, drop hints about staying a little longer, and laugh when you seem hesitant. Come on, don't be so uptight, they'll say, and you'll smile because you don't want to be the one who makes a big deal. But deep inside, something feels crossed. Because here's what gets overlooked. Your home isn't just your living space. It's your nervous system's reset button. It's where your guard drops, where your thoughts settle, where you reclaim your own rhythm after the world's noise. And when someone walks in and treats it like a playground, it doesn't matter how close you are, that space gets disrupted. Not loudly, but steadily. You start to feel like you have to manage the atmosphere, make sure they don't break something. Watch what they say around your kids, hide things you'd rather not explain. And when they finally leave, you notice you're exhausted, not because they were rude, but because they were everywhere, in every corner, on every surface, filling every silence with noise. And somehow, that noise stayed even after they were gone. Overfamiliarity is a tricky thing. It hides behind affection. It dresses up as trust. But at its core, it often lacks one critical thing: respect. Respect for boundaries, for energy, for the invisible agreements that make your home feel sacred to you. Because being welcome in someone's space is not a license to overstep. And yet, that's exactly what this type of guest does: overstep, overtalk, overstay, all with a smile. You'll notice they don't ask before doing. They don't pause to check if you're okay with them lighting candles, turning on the TV, or opening drawers. They assume comfort means permission. And maybe in their home that's true. But your home runs on a different frequency, one you've taken years to shape. And the moment someone disregards that frequency, even with good intentions, it's like they've reset the music and started playing a tune that doesn't belong. It's not about being rigid. It's about being attuned. Your couch isn't just a place to sit. It's where your child curled up crying after their first heartbreak. Your kitchen isn't just a room. It's where you've stood barefoot at 6 a.m. making coffee and quiet plans. Your home is layered with memory and meaning. And someone barging in with casual footsteps and careless hands disrupts more than just the furniture. They disrupt the atmosphere that keeps your soul grounded. There's a subtle grief that comes with realizing your home no longer feels like yours. And it doesn't take shouting or slamming doors to get there. It just takes repeated moments of people entering your space and stretching their comfort beyond what your peace can hold. Before you know it, you're the one walking more softly in your own home, cleaning up emotional messes you didn't make, adjusting your own rhythm so someone else doesn't feel awkward. And the cost? It's internal. You lose bits of presence, bits of peace, bits of control over a space that was once your sanctuary, all because someone confused closeness with entitlement. Here's the deeper truth. Comfort without boundaries is not connection. It's intrusion, and boundaries aren't walls, they are agreements, quiet ones, the kind that say, "This is where my energy breathes, please honor it." When a guest ignores those agreements, even unintentionally, it doesn't just affect you. It affects everyone in the house. Your partner may grow resentful. Your kids might get overstimulated. Your pets may hide. And you'll start postponing invitations, dreading visits, silently praying for shorter stays. But how do you address something so soft, so quiet? It feels petty to point it out. You don't want to offend. But the longer you let it go, the more your home forgets how to feel like home. So you start small. You become the thermostat of your space. You control the emotional temperature by setting small boundaries with warmth, but with clarity. Let me get that for you, instead of letting them roam the kitchen. That drawer's a bit personal, with a soft smile. You begin to shape the visit instead of absorbing it, and the energy starts to respond. Because homes are like people, they recognize when they're being protected. They soften, they hold you better. They become what they were meant to be, a space that reflects you, not whoever happens to walk through the door. And when someone resists those boundaries, when they call you uptight or cold, that's not your cue to bend, that's your cue to notice. Anyone who responds to boundaries with guilt or pushback wasn't honoring your space to begin with. Their comfort was never about connection. It was about control. Your home does not need to host everyone. Your peace does not need to accommodate every personality. And just because someone means well doesn't mean they leave your space well. Overfamiliar guests aren't bad people, but they require gentle recalibration. Because every time they sit too comfortably in your sanctuary, you sit a little less comfortably in your own skin. So the next time someone walks in and you feel yourself tighten, not because of danger, but because of disruption, trust that. Trust the flicker, the hesitation, the quiet pull inside that says, something's being crossed. That's not rudeness, that's intuition. That's your inner compass trying to keep your outer world in alignment. You don't owe anyone unlimited access to your sacred space. You owe your home the respect it's given you, the way it's held your grief, your joy, your healing. And if that means fewer visits, clearer conversations, or closing the door a little sooner, then that's not unkind. That's sacred maintenance, and it's yours to uphold. Number 3, the ghost of old love. They don't belong here anymore. You think you're ready, time has passed, you've healed, or at least you've told yourself you have. You've moved on, started over, built something solid in the ashes of what used to be. And then one day they show up, not dramatically, not with tears or confessions, just a visit, a drop by, a friendly catch-up. But the second they step across the threshold, something tightens in your chest. You tell yourself it's nothing, but your house knows better. This is the ghost of old love, and they don't belong here anymore. They walk in like no time has passed. They sit in the chair where someone else now reads. They laugh in the kitchen you once cried in. And even if every word they say is innocent, their presence is not. Because what they carry with them isn't just a memory, it's a frequency. A vibration that once lived in your bones and now threatens to wake everything you buried. You start noticing things, not loud things, subtle ones. Your smile stiffens, your breath shortens, your current partner seems suddenly distant even though they haven't done anything wrong. You feel guilty for feeling what you're feeling. But that's the trap. Old love doesn't need to say a word to stir up everything you worked so hard to quiet down. Your home, the place where you've rebuilt peace, now holds echoes again. Echoes of old fights, old kisses, old fears. They live in the cushions, in the corners, in the parts of your home you thought you had reclaimed. Because healing isn't just about forgetting. It's about making new memories strong enough to override the old ones. And when someone from your past walks into your present space, they press play on a soundtrack you no longer choose to hear. It's not always about unresolved love. Sometimes it's unresolved grief. The kind you don't talk about because you've convinced everyone and maybe even yourself that you've let go. But energy is honest, and the body remembers what the mind tries to rewrite. They may just be stopping by, a quick visit, a favor, a casual reconnection, but their footsteps echo louder than they should. You find yourself replaying old conversations in the shower, wondering if you said too much or too little. You look around your home and suddenly feel like a guest in it. That's not because of them. That's because something in you is being triggered, something that doesn't belong in your current life. And that's the danger, not in the person, but in the portal they open. A visit from the past can bend your present if you're not firmly rooted in it. It can fog your clarity, make you question choices you've already made peace with. And worst of all, it can disrupt the energy of those who now share this space with you. Your children may not know who that person was, but they'll feel something shift. Your pets may grow anxious. Your partner may not say anything, but the distance will grow in invisible inches. Because emotional energy doesn't stay in one body. It moves, it radiates, it fills rooms, and when it's tied to a deep bond, even a broken one, it doesn't need permission to re-enter. You might think, but we're just friends now. Or, it was years ago. You might believe you've set clear boundaries, but boundaries don't always hold against emotional memory. Because when someone has held your heart, even briefly, their energetic imprint doesn't fade just because the romance did. Especially if there was pain, betrayal, regret. Those emotions live longer than love sometimes. And when that person steps into your sacred space, the one you've used to heal, to grow, to love again, they don't just walk in as they are now. They walk in with every version of who they were to you. And that crowd is heavy. So what do? You get honest. Not with them, with yourself. You ask, does their presence bring lightness or confusion? Am I more grounded when they leave or more scattered? Does my home feel more like mine or less? If the answers are hard to admit, that's okay. You're not weak for feeling. You're not wrong for reacting. You're human. Healing isn't a straight line, but it does require clarity. And clarity means recognizing that some doors need to stay closed, not because what's behind them is dangerous, but because you've finally found peace outside of them. You don't have to make a scene. You don't need dramatic goodbyes. Sometimes the most powerful boundaries are the ones you set quietly, with fewer invitations, shorter conversations, and the silent confidence of knowing what your peace is worth. Your home deserves that protection. It's seen your breakdowns, your recoveries, your reinventions. It's held the silence between heartbreak and hope. And anyone who walks through its doors carries more than their words. They carry intention, memory, vibration. Not every ex is a villain. Not every past love was toxic. But even good people can bring unhealed energy. And even healed hearts can reopen if you're not careful. The past doesn't always come to ruin you. Sometimes it just comes to remind you who you used to be, and if you're not paying attention, you start acting like that version again. But you've done too much work to go backward. You've built too much peace to gamble it for a few hours of polite nostalgia. Your life now is not a waiting room for what could have been. It's a sanctuary for what is. And your home, It deserves to be inhabited by the energy of your present, not haunted by ghosts wearing familiar smiles. So the next time someone from your past wants to drop by, pause, not from fear but from reverence. Ask yourself, will this visit honor the version of me I've become? If the answer is shaky, the door can stay closed, gently, respectfully, but firmly. Because some people don't belong in your home anymore. Not because they are bad, but because you've changed. And that change is sacred. Let it stay that way. Number 4, the whispering negative. Their words poison the air. They never raise their voice. They don't argue or insult. In fact, they often speak in hushed tones, the kind that feel personal, intimate, confidential. They'll pull you aside with a gentle, "Can I tell you something?" And what follows might sound like concern, like wisdom, like friendship. But when they leave, the air feels heavier. Not because they yelled, but because they leaked. Tiny droplets of doubt, judgment, envy released one sentence at a time. This is the whispering negative, and their words don't echo. They settle into your walls, into your mood, into your thoughts. It doesn't start like poison, it starts like a suggestion. I don't mean to judge, but I'm just being honest. If I were you, I'd be worried too. And you nod, not because you agree, but because you don't want to seem naive. You think you're absorbing wisdom. But what you're actually absorbing is anxiety, mistrust, emotional static. And it doesn't stop when the conversation ends. You find yourself snapping at your partner later, feeling unsure about a decision that felt clear yesterday. You look at your life through a different lens, one that's slightly more skeptical, slightly more dissatisfied. And it's not because anything changed. It's because someone reframed it for you, word by word, like moving furniture in your mind. Words carry frequency, and the whispering negative speaks in a tone that sounds helpful but lands like dust on clean glass. You don't notice it right away. But by the end of the day, everything feels dimmer. You're second-guessing people you trust. You're questioning motives that never concerned you before. And when you try to trace the feeling, you can't, because they didn't leave behind drama, they left behind distortion. They're not dramatic, they're not mean, they're just heavy. Not in volume, but in weight. They speak in sighs, in warnings, in "I'm only saying this because I care." But their care is tainted because it doesn't lift you, it anchors you, it wraps your hope in doubt and ties a ribbon of worry around it. Your home, your sacred space, begins to carry their voice, not loudly but persistently. Their comments start to loop in your mind. Do you really think he appreciates you? Is your job even stable? I heard her say something strange last week. Harmless in isolation, harmful in repetition. And that's how the poison works. Not in doses that overwhelm, in doses that wear down. You notice it in the way you hesitate before speaking up. The way you start checking your partner's tone more than usual. The way you look at your reflection and hear their voice, not yours. Your space, once peaceful, now hosts echoes of someone else's fear, someone else's bitterness, someone else's lens. And it's not always what they say, it's how they say it. Always cloaked in care, always wrapped in subtlety. That's what makes them so dangerous, because they sound reasonable. And when you call it out, if you do, they say you're too sensitive, that you misunderstood, that they were just being honest. But honesty without empathy is just disguised criticism, and concern without kindness is control. You don't even realize how much they've influenced you until you find yourself repeating them. To your spouse, to your children, you think you're being cautious, but you're actually recycling their worldview, one where nothing is ever enough. No one can fully be trusted, and even joy should be approached with suspicion. The effect isn't explosive, it's erosive. It erodes connection, intimacy, lightness. Because when someone brings that frequency into your space over and over, your home begins to conform to it. Like a plant turning toward the only light it knows, even if that light is too dim to grow by. So what do? First, you stop explaining their behavior. They've had a rough life. They mean well. That's just how they talk. Because none of those excuses change the effect. And when you minimize the impact, you lose sight of what your space truly needs: clarity, peace, elevation. Next, you observe, not their words, your body. How do you feel during and after their visits? Lighter or heavier? More centered or more off balance? Do you sleep well that night? Do your thoughts spiral in the days after? Your body doesn't lie. It keeps the score of every interaction long before your mind catches up. Then you start choosing silence. You don't always need to challenge them, but you also don't need to feed the exchange. When they speak in shadows, you let the moment pass without response. When they question someone behind their back, you redirect. When they warn you, you thank them politely and return to your own truth. Eventually, you set the boundary. You may not cut them out, but you cut down the access. Shorter visits, fewer shared vulnerabilities. You begin to curate the emotional environment of your home the way you would curate the lighting, the scent, the music. Because words are energy. And just like a candle can change the mood of a room, so can a whisper. Your home is more than decor. It's a vibrational container. And what enters, especially through words, doesn't leave quietly. Some words echo, others stain. And you get to decide which ones get to stay. So the next time someone leans in and whispers something that makes you feel smaller, more doubtful, less trusting, pause. Not because of fear, but because of wisdom. You've worked too hard to build a life that feels like yours. You've cultivated joy, trust, resilience. Don't let it be unraveled by someone else's quiet storm, because not all poison is loud. Sometimes it sounds like a friend, looks like concern, smells like care, but your body will know. Your home will feel it. And your peace, your true peace, is worth guarding from even the softest intrusions. Number 5, the dark frequency. They say nothing, but your luck evaporates. They don't say much. They smile, maybe nod. They compliment your home, your food, your garden. They are polite, perhaps even gentle. But the moment they sit down, the air changes. You feel it, but you can't explain it. The room doesn't get colder, just tighter. The light feels different, like it's no longer bouncing off the walls. And by the time they leave, something inside you feels tired, for no reason at all. This is the dark frequency, and it doesn't argue, it doesn't gossip, it doesn't even touch your things, it just drains. These people don't show up with chaos, they carry it quietly, in their thoughts, in their patterns, in the way they walk through life, disconnected from honesty, from kindness, from responsibility. They may not wish you harm, but their presence is a frequency mismatch, and the most dangerous part, it's nearly invisible. After they leave, you notice things, small things, a weird tension between you and your spouse, a plant in the corner wilting for no reason, a forgotten bill, a mistake you don't usually make. Work slows, your mood darkens, you feel like you're pushing through molasses even though life seemed to flow just days before. And still you don't connect it, because nothing happened, nothing obvious. But energy doesn't need permission to enter your home. It follows people, sticks to them like dust on old clothes. And when someone walks in carrying fear, manipulation, resentment, bitterness, even if they say nothing, that frequency settles. It wraps around furniture. It slips into your routine. It lives in your mirrors, your sleep, your tone of voice, not dramatically, just enough to tilt the balance off-center. The dark frequency doesn't explode anything. It unthreads, quietly. It makes you question yourself. It adds a layer of weight to every decision. It turns the water lukewarm, the colors dull, the music flat. Your life still looks the same, but it no longer feels the same. And it all started with someone who barely said a word. They might be involved in shady business. They might carry deep resentment. They might live through lies, envy, or fear. But none of that shows when they walk through your door. What shows is what happens after: missed opportunities, strange mistakes, unexplained fatigue, the slow unraveling of things that were once solid. You begin to wonder if it's you, if you're getting lazy, unlucky, forgetful, but your intuition keeps tugging. Something isn't right, and you know, not logically, but physically, because the body always registers imbalance before the mind does. And here's what you must remember: a home is more than walls, it's an ecosystem. A living container of memory, rhythm, emotion, and flow. It reacts to who enters, how long they stay, what energy they bring. Some people come in and your plants thrive. Your sleep deepens. Your luck turns. Others come in and things stall, not catastrophically, just enough to wear down your clarity, your drive, your joy. This isn't superstition. It's energetic reality. Just like you can walk into a hospital and feel grief, or into a church and feel reverence, your home feels what people bring in. And people who live out of alignment with themselves, with truth, with kindness, carry frequencies that don't just affect them. They affect you, especially when you invite them in. The worst part, you often feel it but doubt it because they don't do anything wrong. They were quiet, friendly, respectful, but still you felt drained after. That's your cue, that's your clarity. Not everything real is loud. Some things are true in silence. So what do? You start with awareness. You notice who consistently leaves your home feeling off balance. You stop measuring people by how they act and start measuring them by how you feel after being around them. That feeling isn't vague, it's your home's way of speaking. Next, you clear energetically, emotionally, physically, open the windows, burn something sacred, light a candle, speak aloud what you want cleared. Energy doesn't respond to fear, it responds to clarity, and your home deserves clarity. Then you shift access. You don't have to make it dramatic, but you do have to be intentional. Maybe shorter visits, maybe meeting outside instead of inside, maybe a slow but steady distancing. You don't do this out of judgment, you do it out of protection. Because luck isn't random, it's a reflection of alignment. And when the frequency of your space is distorted by someone else's unresolved chaos, your alignment wobbles. That wobble ripples into your choices, your income, your communication, your intuition. And over time, your sense of flow, that sacred ease we all crave, begins to evaporate. They didn't steal anything, but your focus faded, your joy dulled, your clarity blurred, and those losses are harder to replace than money. The truth is, you don't have to understand someone fully to recognize they carry a frequency that doesn't match yours. You don't need to prove it to anyone. You just need to trust what you know, what your home reflects, what your body confirms. Some people walk in and your home breathes easier. Others walk in and it holds its breath until they leave. So trust the breath, trust the shift, trust that what you feel isn't just mood, it's message. Not every guest belongs in your sacred space. Not every smile is safe, and not every silence is harmless. Energy is language, learn to read it, and more importantly, learn to protect yours from anything that dims it, because the people who say nothing sometimes take the most with them. Final, some people don't knock, some don't raise their voices, some don't bring gifts or trouble, but they shift the energy, silently, powerfully, and unless we're paying attention, unless we're deeply present with how our home feels after they leave, we may not even realize what we've let in. Today, we explored 5 types of energy that can enter through a smile, through a story, through silence. The conflict carrier who ignites tension without words. The overfamiliar guest who treats sacred space like casual ground. The ghost of old love who awakens what should stay resting. The whispering negative whose words are soft but heavy. And the dark frequency who doesn't speak but whose presence rewires the room. None of these are villains, most don't mean harm, but energy doesn't ask about intention, it responds to vibration. And our homes are not just structures, they're emotional ecosystems. What enters affects what grows, what stays shapes what we become. So this isn't about fear or blame or cutting people out. It's about remembering your role as the keeper of the threshold, the guardian of your own peace. The one who decides who gets to cross into the most intimate corners of your life and what energy gets to stay there. If anything you heard today stirred something in you, a memory, a name, a shift you've long ignored, I want to say this: you're not imagining it, and you're not alone. Many of us have spent years not realizing why things feel off, why blessings stall, why harmony fades. Sometimes the answer isn't what we're doing, but who we're letting in. Thank you for staying here in this quiet, reflective space. Thank you for listening not just with your ears, but with your own inner resonance. You are not just someone who lives in a home. You are someone who shapes the energy of that home, and that's a sacred thing. As you move forward, may your doors open to those who bring calm, clarity, and lightness. May your space protect you, restore you, and reflect back to you the love you so generously give to others. Take a deep breath. Notice the stillness. That's your home realigning itself because you chose awareness. Be well, be clear, be home.